This is the voice of the people. And the voice of the people is the voice of God. Now, this is the segment called the voice of the patriot. And here we speak truth to power. We do not criticize, but if we must, we'd only do that on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. This is the voice of the people. I am the patriot. Come along. Now today we have a number of things to look at in the service of God and country, and I need you to come along. This is the show every politician listens to. This is the show every discerning Ghanaian and beyond listen to. This is the show that comes with a pinch of wisdom. Now the very first issue I want to look at is taken from Ghana Web. And it says, he no longer cares about Galamsey, Utah, Koku, Anyido, Jobs, Professor Jampo. And I read, former General Secretary of the National Democratic Congress, the NDC's Samuel Koku Anyido, has taken a swipe at the CEO of the Ghana Shippers Authority, Professor Ransford Jampo, over his alleged silence on national issues following his recent appointment. Now, in a mocking social media post shared on March 12th, that's yesterday, 2025, and sarcastically questioned the University of Ghana professors' past advocacy and criticisms of the government, particularly regarding illegal mining, Galamsey, and matters concerning university lecturers. He no longer cares about Galamsey and Utah. He now sleeps in a ship, Abi. Anyudo wrote, referring to Professor Jampo, who also serves as the president of the University Teachers Association of Ghana, Utah, University of Ghana branch. Professor Jampo is widely known as a vocal critic of the government, especially on issues affecting university lecturers. Now, in the past, he's been at the forefront of demanding better conditions for teachers and speaking out against government policies. However, Anyido's remarks suggested that Jampo's recent appointment has led to a shift in his stance. My brother, please, I need you to come along. And let us look at this very critically. What Koku Anyido is saying affects a lot of people in our society. How many people are able to speak out against a certain kind of rot if they are seen to be part of the rot? Should I repeat that? How many people, part of government, will still have the guts to criticize government? My brother, one very phenomenal thing, though negative, about politics is you look for your biggest critic, seal his mouth, wait an appointment, and you are free for the rest of the times. My brother, my sister, read The Art of War. Make friends with your biggest critic, and you would be criticism free for the rest of your tenure as long as you continue to be friends. In our country, we only criticize our enemies. No matter what our enemies do, be it in the interest of the masses or not, we would criticize. And that is how little and belittling our political scene is. You only criticize your enemies. Even if your enemies rise to the zenith and do the best, you will still criticize them as if to give credence and support to the account saying akukọ sachra akroma enye no fe. My brother, my sister, I look at some of these things and I cringe. I look at some of these things and my stomach churns. Listen, in politics, the easiest way to run away from criticism is to appoint your biggest critics and make them your friends. And the little minds that we are, the sycophants, the bootlickers that we are, we keep quiet. I'm not saying that that is what Professor Ransford Jampo is exuding. But Koku Anyudoho cannot be too far away from being correct. I'm not a fan of Koku Anyudoho. I think that he's done a lot of politics with his own party, the NDC, crossing carpets to the NPP. And I thought that that was so belittling of somebody, his stature. Now his party is in power. He cannot dine with them because he is that prodigal son who bent down all the bridges. Now he wants to get back, and the bridges have already gone down in flames. It is sad. I really sympathize with him. But you can't have your cake and eat it. My brother, my sister, for Ransford Jampo, I want to believe that he's just giving this government some time to see if some of the ideas that have been tabled are going to start being manifested or not. My brother, you don't criticize just because you must criticize. You criticize because things are actually falling down like a house of cards. Some people have it at the back of their minds that no matter what, they must criticize, good or bad. And that is their claim to fame. They just criticize. My brother, my sister, you are wasting bullets. When your bullets are most needed, you would not have enough to fight your way through. But I can tell you that a lot of our politicians here, once their mouths are sealed with appointments, the nation can go up in flames. They do not care. After all, nobody points a left finger at his own house or his own father's house. So they say, we don't wash our dirty linen in public. Paul Adumachri made it clear. He was one of the biggest puppets of the NPP. Paul Adumachri, such a fine, brilliant gentleman. And when you watch him deliver on TV, you are awed. He has the fluidity, he has the brilliance, but he got cascaded into a certain political fabric that inundated all his self-credibility. At a point, nobody took Paul Adumachri seriously. Anything he said, people were angry. He kept trumpeting that the nation was going good and right. People who listened to him with so much admiration and respect, they all were battered down by his bootlickism. Today, my brother, my sister, Paul Adumachri is struggling to gain back some of the lost luster. The only way you can gain it is to be credible. A lot of our politicians are like that. The moment they get a certain appointment, that's it. They become puppets. They are worse than animals. Go right, they are there. Go left, they are there. Zombie or zombie. Zombie no go think unless you tell them to think. Zombie no go chop unless you tell them to chop. Joro jara joro. It is sad, but that is the truth. It looks like our political system has no common sense. Every appointee is a puppet of foolishness. Every appointee is a puppet of plutocracy. And when I look at it, I say, I won't take any appointment because I do not want to be a puppet of a regime of plutocracy. It doesn't matter who is in power. It is not my mandate to take any appointment. My mandate is to make kings. I am a kingmaker, not a king. A kingmaker can uproot any king at any time, like the Asante Hene is doing right now in Kumasi and the Ashanti region as a whole. My brother, my sister, thanks so much to Koku Anyudo. Some of these things will be trumpeted again. We told Kwame Sefakai when he went for that appointment. Be careful, my brother. Look at Ghana first. But we saw what became of him. Today, I hear that he's retired from radio and all that, maybe to enjoy whatever he's been able to amass from that plutocracy, dirty plutocracy headed by the gerontocrat, Nana Akufo-Addo, who Satan is waiting for patiently in hell. It's sad. Why can't we respect our nation? The creme de la creme of our society, they get boxed down with appointments. They pick up these appointments, they build houses left, right, and center, drive cars as if they will be buried in the cars when they die. They leave no legacy behind except a legacy of plutocracy and plutocracy. It is so saddening. Fine gentlemen, very brilliant gentlemen and ladies, once they are pulled and absorbed into the political system, their brains die instantly. All they do is to support, whilst the masses are being strangulated. Thanks so much, Koku, for bringing out this. And to Ransford Jampo, this should not mean you should jump into criticism because somebody expects you to criticize. Criticize with common sense like you did in the past. Now, the big question is, UTAG, does it still have problems or not? Do we still have the Galamsey issues or not? Why are they quiet? Is it because they have tabled a few things that must be working anytime soon? So they are waiting to see the manifestation of this. These are the questions we are asking. In the interim, to the Nana Akufo-Addo and Bawumia government, shameless as it was, Satan is so impatiently waiting for you guys in hell.
Matam sanga